keep that in mind. I've started the recording. So, hello, I'm Zach Alexander. For those of you who don't know me, I am a PM on the PowerShell team, and I've been working on some of the community-facing things that DSC team's been working on. And this is our monthly sync to talk about issues. So, welcome to everyone. Seems like we have a bunch of new faces. Yes, you should be hearing audio. All right. Typical Skype meeting. We gotta just make sure everyone's on board here. So first off, for the agenda, the next release of the resource kit is Wednesday, August 23rd. And we have a handful of modules that are on track to be released. So we have security policy, certificate, computer management, DHCP server, DNS server, Exchange, failover cluster, networking, and SQL Server. David has a question on the agenda already, and I think it's a great question. Are we ever going to get rid of the X on the names? So I don't remember what we've said and not said, but for a bit of history, before we had the PowerShell gallery, we were talking about, hey, we want to distinguish between things that are published by Microsoft and things from the community, and things that are supported and things that are not supported. So the X designated something that was not supported. We had C to designate something that was from the community, and that hasn't been, that was just a bad idea, as it turns out. The community has been super helpful, and so we eventually folded the C name to be equivalent to the X name. So here's what the short answer is, yes, we would love to get rid of the X on the names. The long answer is we're still having conversations internally, and I realize this has been going on for a while, about what it means for a module to be supported and what it means for a module to be like something that the community recognizes but not necessarily supported by Microsoft. As part of Microsoft, when we say supported, that is a very serious thing. So right now we have a handful of modules that are submitted and or that are supported, and those are something that we take really seriously. And as a team, we are not able to sign up to get more supported modules on board that we personally support. So we have our existing commitments, and we're keeping those commitments. So the other problem is just kind of how we set up our repo, where people kind of want to be in the resource kit and supporting and be a part of the resource kit, and then we just kind of have to distinguish things that we publish onto the gallery as part of the resource kit versus things that are supported. So what I've been talking about with Michael Green, who I don't think is on the call today, but we've been talking about a way to have kind of a not supported, but used within the community designation. And one of the things we've been talking about with Johan is being able to bring modules up to a high quality level such that people are comfortable using them without saying, and being able to say, this is high quality, but it's not necessarily supported by Microsoft. So I think he actually left a comment in there around I think Johan left an issue somewhere around how we are doing that. So right now we're using the high quality resource module guidelines. Previously we said that high quality resource modules are going to be supported, and that's not something that we can actually take on. So we're going to say high quality resource modules are a bar that you should meet, and we're thinking about, once it's there, how do we signal to the community like, hey, this is high quality? A potential way of doing that is taking the X off the name to say, hey, this is a high quality resource, and it's not experimental. So that was an extremely long answer. It's an extremely difficult question, and we can try and I can try and come up with something for the next time that we meet to kind of put together that plan. We've been talking about it, but haven't necessarily put it out in front of the community for everyone to put their mark on. So I'm going to take that down as a note on myself just to see what progress we can make by next month. and I'll put that in the meeting notes as well. Are there any other items or questions that people wanted to talk about? You can take yourself off mute, or you can just type out your question and it'll go into the transcript. All right, I'm not really hearing anything on my end. If someone's trying to speak and they're not getting heard because of technical issues, just type out a quick message. Other than that, I don't have anything else that I want to discuss. But this is a community forum. If anyone has anything, please go ahead. And I do see a couple people typing, so we'll take their points. Oof. Leo, what repo are you contributing to?
It's the DSC Resources root level. One of the pull requests is actually to change all it's to fix one of the issues in the issue log around the naming convention for the community calls, and the other was a couple of spelling mistakes in some of the top level files.
Okay, great.
Very minor stuff.
Yeah, I'll take a look at them. Thank you.
Ah, lovely. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I pinged. So unfortunately, I'm not a maintainer on every branch. So I did ping Michael last Friday, Johan, and he said he would take a look at it. So I'll follow up with him. Okay, so one of the questions is about the impact of DSC with the move to PowerShell Core and .NET Core. That's a great question. I wouldn't worry about... So DSC is a feature of PowerShell, and it's expected to follow PowerShell 6's path. So as PowerShell 6 is moving on to PowerShell Core, you can expect DSC to follow suit. It's worth noting that PowerShell 6 is still in beta, still in development. So right now, DSC the DSC modules are in PowerShell Core, but it's not packaged as part of PowerShell Core. All right. Well. If you have any other business, please just send up a quick message or say something. If not, you can always reach us in a variety of methods. We do pay attention to our PowerShell Twitter. It's PowerShell team. We are on GitHub. We have Gitters. So plenty of ways to get in contact with us if you have any other questions. All right. Thanks a lot, everyone. Really appreciate you taking the time.